Each person, each family, each church, and each community are bound by an elaborately tangled tapestry of distinct values, norms, and unique history. It is their DNA. For each of these, this complex tapestry of beliefs and relationships, experiences, and common history reflect a cultural brand for others to inspect and react to. Consequently, to understand this common culture is to better understand how a brand is foundationally built and perpetuated over time. To try and project something outside of these norms for the group is false. And when people read that falsity, they leave the group, and the brand is tarnished. Even if you plan to make those false ideas a reality in the future, as Henry Ford said, you can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. And your reputation is your brand. That has been the purpose of the Stewardship Culture videos over the last few months, that we've spent time reviewing how common elements of a culture bind the people of a culture together. When you examine a cultural brand, these diverse components, i.e., the behavior and cumulative knowledge of values, beliefs, experience, and relationships, combine into a unique whole. That special whole belongs exclusively to that particular culture, to that particular brand. That is why, for example, despite the thousands of Methodist churches around the world, no single one is exactly like another. Each and every one of them has distinct differences in their culture, whose contrast varies, and because of these differences may attract, or as the case may be, not attract certain people to join them. Or if they do join, determine how they participate within the ministry and mission of that church culture. The same is true for every denomination across the gamut of Christianity. No single church is identical to another, regardless of denomination. Nevertheless, a church's cultural brand can be personal too. After all, they are made up of individuals. It is this personal aspect that helps compose the unique culture of each church and projects its brand to others. It is what makes each one different from another. "I'll never do that when I have children," says the young teenage girl, but only a few years later hears herself doing just what she said she'd not do as a young mother. It's in their DNA, their culture. The way people choose to support a church is the same. People look for what fits their personal ideal of a culture, their view of themselves. The best component of that culture is when the culture is built on personal stewardship set by the example of others and the constant imitation of those others and acceptance of behaviors, values, relationships, and their history. The truth is that when you address a person in a way sensitive to their unique understandings of life, it helps not only to elicit emotional response, but does so through branded communications. People tend to trust branded communications, especially those from within their own personal brand or the brand of a group with which they're associated or want to be associated. Therefore, culture is a huge part of any brand. Culture drives the brand. Culture and its impact on our life extends and is an extension of that life. Culture is born through the common links of behavior and cumulative knowledge, values, beliefs, experiences, and relationships as acquired by a group of people. The result is an entity, a brand, that delivers a beautiful, multifaceted structure which gives strength, identity, and purpose to people. Hi, I'm Mark, the Stewardship Guy on the Stewardship Culture channel. We provide these links on Facebook, so if you've not done so, please do me a favor of two things. Take a few minutes to like us on Facebook, But most important, support this YouTube channel by subscribing on YouTube, where it counts the most for us. Today we introduce the concept of branding into the stewardship culture equation. How that concept of branding manifests itself in the greater stewardship process is the topic or topics we'll be working on over the next few weeks. And as we go forward, we will bond branding tightly to the success of any long-term stewardship effort. Next time on the Stewardship Culture channel, we will learn more about branding, why branding should be remembered in the present so that those memories can be taught to everyone. Until then, may grace and peace be yours in abundance.